In this video, I'm going to go over our regression line and how and when we would use a regression line. So when we test a hypothesis, we don't automatically do a regression line afterwards, but there are occasions where we want to do a regression line for prediction. On your final exam, you will not do a regression line when you're in the middle of hypothesis testing or after hypothesis testing, but it might be on the extra credit. So the occasion that we would use a regression line is if we have a significant correlation. And I'm going to use our example from our in-class activity where we did end up with a significant relationship between mood and calories. And if you recall, we had a significant negative relationship between mood and calories, with mood being our x variable and calories being our y variable. So I'm going to show you how we obtain a regression line, which is a line of best fit. So that's the line that best fits through the data set, and we can use it for prediction. So here is, at the most basic, our regression equation, and it's y equals bx plus a, and you'll see this little hat, and that is just really stating that this is a predicted y. It's not an actual score, it's a score that we're predicting would occur if x was something. And so I'm going to kind of give you an outline how we come up with our slope. So I'm going to put that down here. B equals, and we use sums of square of the product divided by sums of square x. So that's how we get our slope. We need to get our slope to be able to get our constant, and that's what this is our constant. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in. I have all of the information here for you. This is these are what we calculated in the in-class activity for Pearson R, and these I calculated for us to kind of prompt things along, but we don't usually calculate the means when we're doing a hypothesis test with Pearson R, but we do need the means if we're going to do a regression line. So for our mood, we have a mean of 4.55, and for calories, we have a mean of 1960. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the information here, and this is a negative, so negative 18,860 divided by 110.95. And if we calculate that out, that's going to give us our slope. So be careful to use your signs because they're very important. So we should get negative 169.986, and I'm going to put 0.99. So that's our slope. So we have that. So I can plug that here, 169.99x. So we have that portion, plus now we need our constant. To get the constant, that's where we need the means, and we also need the slope. So we need to get our slope before we can even get our constant. So our constant, to get that, is a mean y minus our slope times the mean of x. And so when we plug those in, so we're going to do m of y is 1960 minus, and I'm going to run out of room, so let me erase this. This is how we have it, and I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit more room. M of y minus b mx. I'm on a limited board here. So 1960 minus our slope, which was negative 169. So hang on to that 169. Hang on to the negative sign. 0.99. Okay, and we're going to multiply that by our mean of x, which is 4.55. Okay, so when we multiply these together, that answer becomes a negative. And when you multiply the negative times the negative, or when you have a negative and then a negative, it becomes a positive. So our constant, when we calculate that out, so we have 1960 minus, and I put in my calculator parentheses, negative 169.99 times 4.55, and I close the parenthesis, and I end up with 2,733.45. And that's my constant. So 2,733.45. So that is y equals. I now have my regression line. What I can do is I can use that to predict what calories someone would consume if their mood was at a certain score. So let's say I took the mood assessment that was provided and I scored a 5. Okay, so I would maybe say, provide me the predicted calories that a person would consume if their mood score was 5. That's the kind of question that it would be. So then I would just plug that in. Y equals negative 169.99 times 5, because 5 is my mood score, plus 2,733.45. So if I plug that into my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and put parentheses around this portion. Negative 169.99 times 5, close the parenthesis, plus 2,733.45. So if my mood score was 5, it could be predicted that my calorie consumption would be 1,883.5 calories. And this is the purpose of the regression equation. It is for prediction. So now that you have the regression equation and how that is calculated, you should have the information that you need to be able to complete your hybrid for this week.